I've just tried to tell stories that I thought were worth telling.
Troy Smith spent over 3 decades crafting stories for and about the cattlemen and cattlewomen of the Midwest. His dedication to finding the stories that matter, combined with his talents and passion for helping livestock producers, is what makes Troy Smith the 2024 Nebraska Rural Radio Association Service to Agriculture winner.
I've found that when you're looking for an operation or a manager that is innovative and doing good things, you don't have to look beyond Nebraska's borders to find good representation of those kind of folks. There's plenty of them right here in Nebraska.
Smith grew up in various places as their family followed his father's career as a brand inspector for Nebraska. Born in Sargent, the Smiths resided in Broken Bow, Lexington, and Alliance, where Troy started school. Then to Grand Island and eventually Kearney, where he graduated high school. He started attending college at the then Kearney State, but ended up transferring to the University of Nebraska-Lincoln to complete his degree.
Believe it or not, when I started, I was going to be a pharmacist. And after a few pharmacology classes, I decided that maybe that wasn't in my future. And so I changed to animal science and with a range production option.
His livestock background and higher education poised him well for an influential career in freelance writing and his work with various livestock organizations. In 1978, after a brief stint working for a veterinary pharmaceutical company,
then went to work for the Nebraska Stock Growers Association, the forerunner of today's Nebraska Cattlemen. I was there 11 years.
He had various duties, including working membership, coordinating meetings, and selling advertising for Nebraska Cattlemen Magazine. Then he started to cover events and take photographs. Each day, he did more and more work that aligned with the magazine. In 1983, a pivotal opportunity knocked on his door.
Well, when Bob Howard, the longtime editor, retired, he told me, he says, you know, it doesn't take a wizard to do this job, and I think you could do it. So I did.
Then it was time for a career change, one that would eventually launch him to becoming one of the most trusted and respected agriculture writers.
Well, I decided I didn't want to work for a living, so I became a freelance writer.
In no time, he authored articles for at least 15 publications distributed across the Midwest and beyond. Publications like Western Horseman, Working Ranch, Tri-State Livestock, Cattle Business Weekly, and Angus Media.
He's quietly done a lot for, I think, not only the livestock industry, but maybe agriculture as a whole, because of the background he puts in his stories about people and their operations. And these are Nebraska people, Nebraska operations, and he has taken those and put them in national magazines that have went, like I said, nationally all over the United States. So in a way, he's kind of promoted Nebraska in a quiet way.
Over his decades of reporting, it was never about the accolades or status. Troy loved his career because he loved helping the men and women who feed the world.
And that's what I've tried to do, is just tell stories that might help someone else. So it's nice to be recognized for doing that. I think that's what we're on earth to do, is help other people.
He thanks his wife Leanne, 3 sons, Adam, Matthew, and Nate, 8 grandchildren, and the rest of his family for their support. Troy Smith, the 2024 Nebraska Rural Radio Association Service to Agriculture honoree.